Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us. This is Nigeria Now on Equa Television International. You're welcome to your favorite show. And today I have...
Always a pleasure. Good afternoon, Sam.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Pleasant afternoon to our viewers.
Yeah, we're looking at 2023 general election, the aftermath. You know, the response that we're getting from the winners and those that lose the election in court, you know, and then the way the society is going, and then people now outside the political terrain are beginning to react. Some Nigerians that don't have anything to do with the issue of politics, just because of the election, because of who they want and how they voted, they feel they are done. But now reactions are coming out that is making Nigerians, you know, not feel really comfortable, because the entire thing now is becoming unbecoming, if you allow me to say that, and it's not good for the country. And then you hear someone is saying that somebody is using religion, or somebody has used religion, you know, during his campaign, and he's still using that to push to create anarchy in the country. You think after the general election, is this something that we are supposed to be hearing? Those gladiators, those talking for their, I mean, talking so hard, sometimes without really, let's say, scrutinizing their words or choosing their words right. Do you think it is good for our development?
Well, I don't think that is good for even our democracy. We know that expectedly democracy is supposed to be about the people and the interests of the people, but obviously reverse is the case, and no wonder today we see people fighting, using verbal words like attacking each other because they see elections, politics as a do or die affair. It's so unfortunate that statement that you expect that after election they will return to their offices and continue with the or lessen the democracy that's in code we are practicing. So I think it's uncalled for that after the election, instead of being civil, see people attacking themselves, and it's very important for all the political parties to call on their spokesperson, cut across all quarters. They should speak to them. This is no time for they were being addressed, saying, see, anybody that is okay, fair, credible, it fools me the most, coming out to disassociate themselves from solving it for you. And that was what we saw playing out. And I think at this point in time, already the election have come and gone, whether we like it or not, the voting, the whatsoever, the whole case is now, those that are aggrieved have filed their petitions that the tribunal preempt whatever the final judgment is going to be. But let's just be careful. We've seen different spokesperson for the Minister of Employment talking about Festus Keyamo. We saw how that on somebody on Oniga like also came out to tweet like these people are working for different political parties. They should be at least exercise some decorum, like they should show that they are really statesmen, because some people might be looking up to them. So we shouldn't be seeing that. International body are still observing and they're still watching. There will definitely be report for before, during and after the election. The world is watching us, and I think it will be good that we have some civility in our words.
Talking about elections are over, and then we have to move on now that the tribunal is up and ruling, and then to fight electoral cases. And I ask myself, 3 billion.
Another humongous amount of money. And everybody thought that this election was going to be free, fair, transparent, and credible. And that means there won't be need for any litigation or INEC saying we are going to budget another money to defend ourselves. Why? Because the process is going to be seamless, it's going to be transparent. So people that win excellently, people that lose transparently, and it means they'll go down honorably. But because INEC went against its words, against its electoral act, and that is why we're seeing all these issues of petitions, litigation cut across different places. Now, as we speak, INEC is saying they are going to, they are budgeting 3 billion to defend the results of the February 25th presidential election and National Assembly election and the March 18 governorship and State House of Assembly election, and that like several candidates that lost in, and we saw earlier PDP, Labour Party, even Action Alliance. Yes, and like about 5 political parties have actually petitioned the presidential election, calling that over 100 litigations. INEC are saying we have to budget 3 billion naira to defend ourselves over all this. Well, if you ask me, another humongous amount of money, 3 billion can be used for developmental stride, other things, but beyond the 300 billion naira, what did we hear at the end of the day? Technical glitches. And I'm sure this is what is actually leading to INEC saying, oh, we need to defend ourselves and budgeting another money. So I just look forward to a time where when we say a thing, we'll keep to it. Like we'll see our institution being proactive in everything they did. Like that INEC said, oh, we are ready, we are well prepared, everything is set. People say, what if, and can be clearly called INEC going against its words, because going by the electoral provision, results are supposed to be transmitted from the polling unit direct to the IREV. And how many we have over 176,000 polling units, so it is expected that from that 176,000 polling unit, results will be transmitted in real time. But even 24 hours after the election, that portal was not even accessible by so many people. Like we kept trying to access that, we couldn't. And then it was after like almost 24 hours after, that was when INEC came to say, oh, we had technical glitches. Did you not foresee some of these situations? Like over 300 billion naira, and now we're talking about another 3 billion naira. Like with the debt profile that Nigeria is having, with all the issue of insecurity, out of school children, the hunger and all of that, or again another money is being budgeted. Yes, some people might opine that, oh, it's the constitutional right of INEC to defend whatever they have done. But did we not foresee all these things even before the election? What will it take for you to do as the Electoral Act provides? We won't be talking about 30 billion naira if INEC actually went by its words. No wonder the likes of Mike Ozokume will tell you that the election is poorly done. They will tell you it's poorly handled. They will tell you that it's obviously manipulated, obviously compromised. People are saying that the INEC went against the Electoral Act of the 2022. And would you blame them? You won't blame them. Why? Because we saw what happened at the National Collation Center. Results were collated manually. When INEC said that we're going to be getting this result in real time on the IREV, well, what we saw was manual collation. So that is why some people are saying INEC resort to manual collation. That means the results were manipulated. We saw how that some of these results that were sent were mutilated. Some of the results you see that stipends were used. So how do you expect Nigerians to trust this process? And no wonder the over 100 people that filed petition did that. We saw Nasarawa State, what happened during the gubernatorial election. Kaduna State, protests, Lagos, people protesting and all of that. Some people were disenfranchised. We saw how that...
speak out now,
Adamawa again.
Inconclusive.
People use bigotry. People you played ethnic card. People were like on a broad daylight disenfranchised in this 21st century. And nobody is coming out to take responsibility for anything. There's no statement disassociating itself from all the videos that we saw threatening Nigerians. And we just hear, let's heal and move on. Well, as a nation, I think we need to do a lot in terms of preparedness and being proactive, especially when it comes to issues that has to do with national interest. I think one of the cause of all these things is that politicians and people don't look beyond personal interest. Because if we benefit of all, then I think everybody will be up and about to do the right thing. But because we always see it as, oh, it's an opportunity for me to go and cut my own share of the national cake and go. And no wonder the LP spokesperson talked about the fact that, well, they are not even intimidated by this 3 billion naira that INEC is budgeting. At the end of the day, it's going to end in pocket of some people, alleging that it will end in some pocket. And you can only liken this to lack of confidence in the system. Because if people, like I will always say, if people lose in this election at the long run, honorably, but by the time you are seeing flaws, domestic, international observers saying, oh, this election is flooded with irregularities, videos flying left, right, and center. What do you expect at the end of the day? Of course, petitions will come left, right, and center. But at the end of it all, judiciary, the eyes now are on the judiciary. INEC can say, oh, they'll spend this there. Like it's within the constitution for them to defend themselves. But the judiciary must uphold integrity by looking at the interests of the people beyond technicalities. Because going by all these petitions, what you'll be seeing now is technicalities playing out. So I think the judiciary must ensure that it upholds its integrity by looking at the interests of the people. And when they look at the interests of people, then they'll uphold justice. We can't build Nigeria without justice and integrity. We can't tell people to heal without identifying what the issue or the cause of the wound is. Until we do that, then we go nowhere. We'll just keep going back and forth. We don't have to keep being...
Reason for the court system was flawless, was okay. Any defeat, you would take it in good faith. And that is where you will hear all those congratulatory messages that people are even begging. If you ask me.
Now, after election, that's what you see. People say, would you not congratulate this person? Can you, even committees were set so that people can come together, action on the electoral provision for you to be declared winner as a presidential candidate. Like, you must, like you have the most number. Beyond that, you should have 25% in each of the 2/3 of the state. That's like 24 states.
Yes.
You must have like 25%. And then that includes the FCT. The president-elect, as we stand, one of the issues on ground is the fact that he had 18.8%. And that is not the 25% as provided by the Constitution. What would you call that?
Well, for that, they said we interpret that.
That's why
because
I said it's in the court.
Yes, they interpret that because that's the question the Nigerians are asking. You know, if the law say this, okay, and now this is what is playing. Now, please, court, can you explain to us? And that's where you hear this argument from even the learned colleagues, you know. Everybody coming with his own argument. Somebody will say, yes, there's a particular, that session doesn't mean that you have to win. It's trying to tell you that FCT2 is part of the process of the voting. So you have to count it. That's some of the argument, but
the judiciary
will do that. Like you rightly said, you know, now the eyes have already shifted from the electoral, the process, you know, the electoral ground, now back to the court. Now we expect the court to interpret the Electoral Act and then tell us what the Constitution says, because by interpreting the Electoral Act, you can't leave the Constitution aside. It has to go hand in hand, and that is what we are looking forward to see, like the judiciary, like upholding their integrity, proving to us that they are independent, and then doing the right thing. Because for me, I just feel if the INEC should do the right thing, I don't see the need for litigation that you will even spend such humongous amount, you know, trying to like defend yourself. Defend what? Something that is glaring. Just imagine the issue of the electronic transmission. That is one of the things that they quickly remember if you follow the story. When they notice that electronic transmission is going to be is not going to favor some of the politicians, they quickly went so that the president so that they will retrieve the Electoral Act and make an amendment and then send back to him. And then people, and that is why the Electoral Act stood, that you must transmit that result real time from the polling unit. At a point, they wanted a situation whereby is going to be the broadcasting department, where the minister for digital economy, they want to give that ministry the power to decide whether it's possible to transmit electronically or not. And the people say, no, we are capable. The budget is there. We can do it.
And with that budget, you would expect Sambo Solomon that they won't even be, because but we saw it playing out side by side. And it is just so people will know that so far, I think the election petition tribunals in over 12 states have received petitions from the National Assembly candidates who are not satisfied with the result of the just concluded elections. And the states include Edo, Plateau, Ondo, Kwara, Ogun, Bayelsa, Oyo, Osun, Ekiti, Bauchi, Lagos, and then Niger State. All these states, these 12 states, the election petition tribunals have received petition from National Assembly candidates who are not satisfied with the result of the just concluded election. But well, for the 3 billion that INEC is budgeting to defend herself, PDP have referred to that as said it is just wastefulness, and why would you spend so much and all of that? After the 300 billion naira on the use of beavers, you're talking about another 3 billion naira for litigation. It's a question. And then expectation was that it won't be there will be no need for all of these because the system was going to be credible. It was going to be transparent with the deployment of beavers. But then APGA are expressing worry over the huge amount that will have been used for development purpose. That's according to APGA. But, well, INEC should be responsible in the discharge of its constitutional duty. That is what everybody is expecting, even though APC are saying there's nothing wrong with INEC spending that to defend itself. That, as far as they are concerned, they are just living within the constitutional provision for them to defend itself. But, well, Labour Party said, we are not intimidated by INEC 3 billion. We are not. And for them, they refer to it as just a war chest. And they allege that eventually that money is going to end in private pocket. But like we said, all eyes are on the judiciary right now to uphold justice. Like I said, and I will emphasize, we can only build this nation on justice and integrity. We can't overlook justice and integrity and expect people to move on. No, we can't. So I hope that judiciary will look beyond technicalities and the interest of the minority and do the biddings of the people and consider the interest of Nigeria.
Well, we'll keep our fingers crossed. UK banned 10 Nigerians associated to electoral violence.
Well,
a welcome development.
You know that Sambo Solomon, before the election, UK actually sent warning and saying that any politician that tried to cause any form of violence, either by threats, intimidation, words, verbal violence, and all of that, they threatened to ban that individual. And then the British High Commissioner to Nigeria, talking about Ben Jones, revealed that 10 Nigerians were already on the country's visa ban list. And I think one of the person they mentioned was Fani Kayode. They talked about his continuous comments, which is referred to as being insightful. And I recall when Festus Keyamo was talking about Peter Obi as well as Ahmed Dati, his deputy's comment after he filed petition saying that their words are inciting. People referred to him as being selfish, saying, why are you overlooking the comment of Fani Kayode, the likes of Bayo Ononuga, the likes of MC Oluomo, and then you're just talking about Labour Party, Peter Obi and his vice. And then now we're seeing the British High Commission commissioner to Nigeria, Ben, saying that, oh, we have already listed 10 Nigerians and they are on our watch list for visa ban, and one of which is Fani Kayode. His comments, he highlighted the fact that it has been insightful, and he showed disdain of the fact that, oh, he has been speaking for a political party, and yet this party has not come out to like disassociate itself from that comment. And well, they said they are already on the watch list, even though Fani Kayode responded. He said he's not going to be intimidated by visa ban threat, and he actually went ahead to call him, saying Nigerians 63 years ago it has gone out of the British hand and he should just face his business and all of that. Well, that is Fani Kayode, and I know you won't expect anything less, but well, in the interest of all, I think it would be good for statesmen to be civil, like I always maintain. And it's a good one that the British High Commission are saying a thing, and they are already keeping to their word. They already say so far 10 Nigerians have already been listed and are on the watch list. We know that there's people that have systems that work, and when there's a law, they uphold the law. So let's see. I think when that is served, it becomes a deterrent to other people that might indulge in inciting comments and all of that. Nigeria is a democratic nation. You cannot allow the voices of the minority suppress that of the majority. So the ball right now is in the hand of the judiciary. Let's see them upholding justice. And for these ones that are already on the watch list, I hope that others will learn and then disassociate themselves from all this inciting comment. And political parties too, when individuals are coming out to speak on your behalf, if you know that that statement does not represent the interests of your party, or that's not the stance of your party, come out, make public statements saying that, no, this person is not speaking on our behalf. But by the time you keep quiet, it means that you are sponsoring that person. We've seen that playing out in lots of videos, people calling political parties, if you don't vote for this party, don't come out. And you won't see anybody saying anything from the party level, chairman or candidate or anything. Till the deed is being done, then you see people telling people move on hill. I think it's a call for.
Yeah, you see, sometimes all these things are scripted, if you permit me to say that, because you can't say you are talking for a political party and you are doing damage to the party and they are not saying anything. If they are not paying you to say whatever you are saying, you get it. That's my own angle, because I look at it that way. And if that's the case, I feel people should be held responsible for whatever their actions are. And then, you know, it baffles me when you see some of our leaders, some of our politicians still go out those countries, like go for vacation, take their children there, and then when they come here, they act as if they are not part of us. And for the foreign countries, you know, like the UK, United States, and co, I think them taking a drastic measure for people that are not responsible, permit me to say that, I think it will go a long way. Because sometimes I said, why would you say someone is not playing by the rule, and then you are giving that person a place to come and stay and be okay, and still use the taxpayers' money, you know, coming from that place, and then stay in your country, and then you are not saying anything. I think them saying something now, it will serve as deterrent to some of our leaders that are not, permit me to say, not patriotic to their nation. And I want to believe that, you know, we'll start moving gradually from there. Yeah.
Beyond politics, we all have one root, which is Nigeria. And after all is said and done, we have a country to build. So let's ensure that whatever we see, whatever we do, let's be objective and stand for the truth.
Let's be objective and stand for the truth. Thank you for staying with us. We pray that you continue to watch Ekwa Television International. God bless you, and be kind to one another.
4 years now, we have been on air, preaching and spreading the gospel of salvation and truth to the world. We are totally determined to do more in spreading the gospel of Jesus Christ. With your support, we can do more. To be part of what God is using us to do, send your support to Echo Television Ministry 010-300-1024.
Hi, I am Crystal Legrand, coming to you from Legrand Voyage in the Caribbean.
I'm Yvette McKnight.